Welcome to the Run Your Day podcast, where our goal is to expand your focus and perspective on life. This is your daily dose of motivation, mindfulness, and so much more. And now, here to help you take your day back, your host, Dan Hafner.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome into another episode of the Run Your Day podcast. As always, Dan Hafner joining you here today. It is part 3 of the 6-part series of self-esteem. Today's topic is this: get responsible. As always, thank you all for joining. Sit back, relax, and enjoy today's show. All right, so yesterday we talked a little bit about the practice of, self-acceptance and just being accepting of your flaws, being accepting of where you are, owning that role, right? And the topic of being self-responsible kind of ties into that, but it's a little bit different. So the one analogy I like to point out is like a computer. Right? If you if you are someone that doesn't work well on a computer, you are self-proclaimed, I don't do well on computers, I'm not a technology wizard, whatever you want to call it, right? Do you blame the computer for not being able to do what you want it to do? Or do you blame yourself for not knowing the correct processes to take, right? Like, a computer is a computer. The tool is a tool designed to do certain things. It's not the computer's fault that you don't know how to use it, right? Like, I actually was someone that we had a couple computers growing up, but I never grew up being like a very technology savvy person. And I started to actually get into that field and just learned more and more about it, because I actually took on the responsibility to be like, okay, I need to figure this out. I need to get better at this, not only to get better at the job I had at the time, but to also, I really found out that I liked the field. I really found out that it's something that I have a passion for and want to actually get better at. So, but it comes down to this concept of, it's your responsibility to learn how the tool works, how the computer works. It's not up to the computer to teach you how to use it. It's not up to anyone to teach you how to use something, right? You have to be very responsible for that. So, as this applies to your life in a bigger scope, you are the only one that's responsible for the whatever happens in your life, your happiness, your job, your money, your fitness, your health, whatever it is, if you don't know how to work out correctly, it's not the gym's fault. It's not a workout program's fault. It's your fault, right? So this concept of being, self-responsible and self-reliant, it's a harsh one, because it's kind of taking this view of if you don't fix it, no one else will. No one's going to come and save you. No one's going to be your savior. You have to take responsibility for your own actions and your own outcomes, right? Whether you just be able to, I'm trying to find the word, it's just self-reliance, right? Just self-reliance. I remember there was a time in my life where it's a victim mentality, right? I used to be just like this. I used to be someone that was very I played the victim card. I always expected other people to come and save me. I expected things to be done for me. I didn't get it. I just didn't get it. And if you're in that spot, maybe you listening to this is maybe a wake-up call. I hope it might be. Right? I don't think there's a whole lot of people out there anymore. I've run into people here and there that still, I can just tell, have just a pure victim mentality. It's all someone else's fault. It's all, victim of circumstance. You just cry, whine, blame, whatever it is. And I get it. Like, I get it. I used to be that person too. Like, I used to just come home and complain about everything and, blame everybody else for my problems. And it was because I wasn't self-responsible, right? I wasn't self-responsible, and I took everything personally. Like, I took everything with a slight. I took everything that someone said or someone did. Like, I could not take constructive criticism. Like, man, it's tough. It's tough to go through this, but like, growing up, at least, when I was in high school, part of when I was in college, like it was tough for me to accept constructive criticism, especially playing football, playing other sports, going through school. Like, it was hard for me to take constructive criticism because I felt slighted. Now, I've put myself through a lot of different situations in my life now where I've been forced to take constructive criticism, and now I thrive off of it. And it really, this shift that took place was the shift of knowing, like, okay, I'm 100% responsible for this stuff. Like, I want to control the outcome. I want to control the game. So therefore, I need to take 100% responsibility when things go wrong. Now, that also means, and this is tough for a lot of people to accept too, that also means that you can take 100% of the credit. Like, I get it. That can be tough too, because we're all conditioned to be like, oh, we'll just, don't give me the credit. I deserve the blame, but not the credit. I just deflect, right? Like, own the credit. If you're 100% responsible for stuff, you should deserve the credit. You should bask in it if things go right. But you should also take the responsibility to correct things, to correct your thoughts, to correct your actions. When someone tells you, like, hey, you got to fix this stuff, right? So, as you learn to live consciously, as you learn to be more accepting of things, this self-responsibility will come. And that's kind of why I'm doing this in like a 6-part series, is because it's all building on itself, right? Once you start to learn how to be conscious, to be in the moment, to be present with what you're doing, be, real about where you are, and be able to accept the fact of this is where you are currently in this moment, flaws and all, but you are trying to get better. You become responsible. You become self-reliant. You become this person that is like, okay, I get it. Like, this is where I'm at. This is where I want to go. And this is what I have to do to get there. And it's 100% on me. You control your thoughts. You control your feelings. You control your outcome. End of story. So as we wrap up today's show, I'm going to ask you guys a quick question. Where in your life are you not being self-responsible? Where are you blaming someone for a lack of results? Or where are you blaming someone for you failing? Where is somewhere that you can get better about taking more ownership of what you do and what your outcome is? Share that below. You can always check out our Facebook page, comment there. I would always love to have some engagement and everything with you guys as well. So that's going to wrap up today's show, part 3 of this series. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We're going to talk a little bit more and expand upon this. Until then, this is Dan Hafner signing off the Run Your Day podcast. As always, make it a great rest of your day.
Thank you for listening to the Run Your Day podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, feel free to share today's show with friends and family. Until next time, have a great day.